Hi Internet, Nia here with Lifestyles of the Geeks and Gamers. I have my awesome cousin Vanessa helping me to record this episode today because we are currently on a road trip. We're visiting my grandmother in the Springs, and anytime I go on a road trip I like to pack at least a console with me and a portable system. And I know a lot of us like to do this, and yet it usually ends up being like a huge hassle because you end up having to leave games at home or their cases at home. So what I'm going to show you today is how to fit a console and a bunch of video games, such as this, and some extra controllers into a bag or backpack, such as this Xbox 360 one. I like my Xbox 360 one. I figured I bought one. I can fit any kind of system in it, so I generally use this one. So, if you notice, there's like a lot of room in there. The first thing that a lot of people really like to do is they like to put their console in there, but with the Wii, you actually should put your controllers first, because the controllers are bulkier, and they generally take up more room. So make sure you wrap all your controllers. I sometimes like to use rubber bands to do so. You know, other people like to do other things, but I use rubber bands generally. But today, for the purpose of this, I'm just going to use the controllers wrapped around. So then you put the console in at the same time. I generally put it in like this, if you notice, and then this Wii has like this really ugly, bulky stand. Save that for last, because that's going to be your big pain in the arse thing to get in. The next thing you should always pack is the power block, because that's what you're going to absolutely need. Generally, these power blocks can't be taken into, but if you notice, the way I slid the Wii in there, if you slide in the power block, you can slide it in straight to the side, which is pretty awesome. Then I take the audio-visual cable, and I put the audio-visual cable in on this side. You notice I still have a bunch of room in there and not that much stuff out. Then I take my Wii, classic controller, and I put that on top. Generally, take out your batteries from your Wii remote when you're getting ready to pack something like this. That way you don't get to your destination and you have a bunch of empty dead batteries. Then you put the controller on top. You take your nunchuck, you wrap it. The nunchuck's going to be the hardest thing for you to wrap. And you put that on top as well. And if you notice, everything's in there now, except for this stupid thing. This thing I always just lay on the top, and then the little circle stand can just slide in like that. So if you notice, now all I have left to pack are my games, which are a bunch of them. A memory card for my old school games, which I have a few of in there, and my nice little Wii sensor bar. So, next thing you should pack up are your games. I really like the 360 bag because it has this extra bag here, which is spectacular. The extra pocket, I mean. So what you do, generally grab like 3 games at once, and you're going to put them in this way, long style, because then you can fit more in. If you notice, the 3 in there are pretty, they're pretty loose, so I can fit in another one on top of that. So I have 4 games in there, and if you notice now, all I have left are my 3 games, 2 little games like this, and my controller. The 2 little games I can easily just slide in there. 3 games, just put them on top. I can put that in there. And then the controller, so I don't lose it, I put it in there. Now you're probably shouting out in the internet webs, what the hell? She hasn't put her sensor bar in. If you notice, there's a slide at the slot. Just put it at the side, reach over, fasten it up, and voila! You have your bag packed, ready, and set to go in less than, something like 3 to 4 minutes. Well, that's all. Just figured I'd show you a how-to on how I pack my bag when I'm getting ready to go. Generally, a bag like this actually works quite well for an Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 as well. Like I said, I like making sure they have side pockets and maybe one pocket in the front. I really like the Xbox bag because it has a special lining so that I don't have to worry about my system getting fried in transit. But generally, for any system, if you want to take a couple games with you on the go and take a couple extra controllers, a bag this size will suffice, and you just have to pack it where you pack controllers, consoles, and then worry about the accessories, about the games and the random accessories last. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you want to hear more of these how-to videos in the comments below. I have a lot of them in my mind, but I just haven't done a bunch of them. Thanks for tuning in. This is Nia, and I'm out.